All right, we're gonna do it once more. And this time, no mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. Good morning.
It's great to stay up late.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
But now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight.
So say good morning.
Ah, good morning. Sundays was inside the...
Good morning to you.
It could be grander than to be in Louisiana in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still going.
Good afternoon and welcome to Good Morning 30A. I'm Julie Brown.
And I'm Red Vizard.
And we are coming to you today from the beautiful Henderson Park Inn inside the presidential suite. They actually let us in this time. It is
right,
gorgeous
they gave us the code.
With our beautiful background. And joining us today, our first guest is Dan Sullivan from Davis Properties. Welcome.
Thank you, Julie.
You got to come to our special, beautiful location.
Yes, it is. It's gorgeous.
Now, you specialize in Seagrove, is that correct?
Well, actually, the whole 30A corridor.
Oh.
If you go from Inlet Beach all the way down to where it intersects with 98. But our offices are located right at the intersection of 395 and 30A, just past where Seaside ends, Seagrove begins.
That little market, where that little market is, right?
Correct,
there.
the Market Cafe.
Yep.
Great.
That's exactly right.
Nice location.
And how long have you been there?
Actually, Davis Properties has been in the Seaside area for the better part of 15 years, but had to change locations from Seaside to our current location about 6 months ago, because they lost their lease over in Seaside, and it was obviously decided that they wanted to stay in the same area. So, fortunately, the location we're in now has a very historic significance to Seagrove, because the guy, Cube McGee, who began this whole process back in the late 40s, had his first real estate office right there.
Oh, terrific.
That's kind of neat.
And is it the same building and everything?
Virtually. I mean, his office was nothing more than a trailer at that corner, but the building that we're in has had several realtors over the years, located there.
Located in that area.
So you can feel the feeling of the ghosts
There's no
of the
question about
realtors.
it. I mean, when you see some of the pictures that relate to what it was like 60-plus years ago in that area,
Oh, that's
it's
going to be
unreal,
incredible
you
to
know.
see the
And,
differences.
yeah, exactly.
Well, the streets weren't paved.
No, the streets weren't
back
paved.
then it was all dirt
Among
roads.
no buildings for the
That's
most part,
exactly
probably
right.
too. A lot
Right.
of that.
And
Yes.
little tiny, Florida houses, what you
That's
picture
right.
as a Florida house.
The traditional Florida cottage, as they say,
they used to say.
is what comes to mind.
Okay.
So give us some good news on the market. What's going on right now?
Well,
Tell
look,
us something good.
I am. I'm loaded with good news.
Wonderful.
Because the good news is, in fact, good. The simple truth is that the economy is continuing to improve nationally and locally. If you look at real estate, for example, where we are, that corridor of 30A, which under ECAR terms means areas 17 and 18, year to date, the activity, the number of transactions is up about 30%. The volume is about flat with last year, but that's much better than being down in terms of dollar volume. And in terms of the average sale price, yeah, it's down from last year, but the simple truth is that people are buying. They're buying
just
lots,
such a
they're
great
buying
time, though.
houses, and the bottom that everyone's been looking for is now.
You think it's
You
right
do, I was
now?
going to ask you that.
Absolutely.
You do think that this is the
Absolutely.
absolute, we're not going to...
No, there's no question about it. When you drive down 38 today, 2 years ago, you wouldn't found any construction. You wouldn't see houses going up anywhere.
We were just talking
But
about that
now,
all of a sudden.
Guess what? You start to see it. And it's in concert with what was announced yesterday, which was that new home construction is up 8.9% nationally, and almost every sector of the country experienced it, including this one.
Well, what I was going to ask you then is the sales that we're seeing, the percentages that are going up in sales, are those previously lived-in homes or are those new homes?
No.
What's the balance on that?
No, the bottom line is that a lot of the activity that is happening is being spurred by bank-owned or short-sale property.
Yeah.
And this is just a truth that no matter what market you're in, you're going to find. And as we wade through that inventory and get to the point where you're back to normal, so to speak,
What is normal in this
Well,
business?
you know,
That's a very good question.
That's true, but and again, realizing how crazy things were.
I was going to say,
down
not
here
to
at
the
one
crazy
point.
level
No,
again,
no,
back
no,
to something
no,
that
but
makes sense.
The fact is that people who know a good deal when they see one are the ones who are coming into the market, who have cash, who have credit worthiness, and are buying properties because they know that the entry level today is in fact going to be a lot
definitely gonna
less
net
than it's
them.
going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, or more.
So this is the time to get in.
Absolutely.
Right. And are the land sales going along with that right now, or
Yes.
you say it is? The land
Yeah.
is just as quickly.
You know, I've had several lots myself sold within the last 4 months.
Oh, that's awesome.
That turned within 30, 40, 55 days because they were at good prices, they were bank owned, but they were at good prices and people knew that now is the time to get them.
And do you find that the banks are cooperating in the way that they really don't want to own the property?
Yes,
They're making it so
there's no
they're
doubt
not making
about
it impossible for buyers to get the
It
properties.
depends. I mean, the bottom line is the banks don't want these assets on their books. That's not the business that they're in. They're in
Right.
the business of lending money.
Correct.
They don't want houses, they don't want condominiums. So, now, having said that, every bank is different.
But-
Some banks are more flexible than others, and at the same time, they have a different attitude or a different set of priorities. I mean, you have to remember how many banks have changed hands within the last couple of
that's-
years.
Many.
So a lot of banks that took over banks that went under are now faced with the fact that, look, we didn't create this mess, but we're the ones that have to clean it up. But they all know the simple fact is they've got to get rid of these assets to get back to a point where their primary business is what they're focused on, which is lending money.
That's awesome. So now, Davis Properties, do you specialize in just the real estate end of it? Do you also have mortgage brokers working with you? And are you a broker or you a realtor? What is your
No, I'm
what
a
is
realtor.
your
A broker is, you know, obviously a whole other level, and at this point, it may be something I would aspire to, but right now I'm just focused on being a good real estate agent.
which we need.
Exactly.
Yeah, we do.
Davis is focused on the primary selling and listing of homes, as well as assisting people in terms of finding properties and opportunities that they may in fact refer them to, either to brokers or to whoever that accomplishes that. But that's their primary function.
And that's your job. You are a realtor.
Right. That's exactly right.
Well, it's nice to hear things are starting to move, because all up and down, you know, you see so many of the neighborhoods, and there's all those lots that are just sitting, and just it's heartbreaking to see so many things that were in the beginning stages that just fell right down, and to think now that
And
hopefully
some strange
it is
little
starting
properties
to
that grew up as little townhouses that are just sitting empty and
Exactly.
You'd much
waiting
rather
for
see
love.
things go in than just see it grass over and look awful, and you know, it's
No,
nice
I
to
agree.
hear that.
Look, it's called blight in some other places, and the simple fact is that as those lots begin to sell and as it becomes more viable for builders to jump back into, you know, the marketplace, you'll begin to see those developments begin to have new life and a future, because it has to. I mean, you know,
It can't stay like this.
No, because the land is still valuable and it
goes up and down, just like any other business.
That's right. You buy the water, it's always going to hold some sort of value anyway. It's only going to come back.
And they're not building more of it.
No, they're not.
So if you're interested in getting in on this, how do we get in touch with you?
Well, at Davis Properties, the office number there is 850-231-2025, and obviously my name is Dan Sullivan, or my cell number, which is 609-703-4894.
And do you go ahead?
I was just going to say, and tell him that you saw him on 38 television, and he'll send us a little bonus.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
A cookie. I meant.
A cookie.
And do you have a website at all that you wanted to give out as well?
Well, davisproperties.com would be the best way to not only get a handle on the inventory that we're handling, but at the same time, you know, contact me or even Larry Davis for that matter.
And how long has Davis Properties been in business down here? How well do they know the area?
20 years. I mean, Larry Davis's brother, Robert Davis, is the one who developed Seaside, and Larry also was instrumental in helping Rosemary Beach become what it is today. So he's very experienced and has a lot of history.
And he knows the area.
Right.
Okay. Dan, it was an absolute pleasure. Thanks for joining us
today.
today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for bringing some good news.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to return here in just a moment. As we said before, we are filming today at the beautiful Henderson Park Inn, and you can see it snowed. Okay, that's the sand, honestly. And stick around, we'll be right back.
Mom, I'm glad you could join us for dinner. Hey, no texting at the dinner table.
Not texting, Dad. Just checking my account at Community Bank Destin.
You bank from your cell phone? I just been doing online banking.
You bank online, Mom?
That's not even the best part, Grandma. What about having no ATM fees anywhere?
So when can I open my account at Community Bank Destin?
As soon as you finish your vegetables.
Community Bank Destin, like no other bank you know.
Santa Rosa Golf and Beach Club is nestled between the Emerald Coast's favorite attractions. Sugar white beaches and thriving woodlands, we have it all. 18 challenging golf holes with newly renovated greens that wind through the pure white sands, pristine ponds, and lush vegetation of the Santa Rosa Beach area. Extending from the Gulf of Mexico inland, Santa Rosa's sheer beauty and golfing enjoyment is a must for the avid and casual golfer. Golf Magazine calls it the purest golf on the Panhandle. A good breeze is almost always blowing across the course, making even the hottest summer day a good golf day. And by the way, in the winter months, the Gulf warms the air, providing a pleasant golf day, even during those not-so-warm winter months. We offer a fully equipped pro shop featuring a great selection of clubs, bags, apparel, and golf accessories. Breakfast and lunch are served daily in Mulligan's Grill, along with a full bar that is moderately priced. The Beach Club restaurant offers an amazing golf view from any table, plus refreshing outdoor seating on our expansive terrace. The dining room regularly hosts live entertainment and events. Our fun and elegant atmosphere provides the perfect setting for a family night out, lunchtime with the ladies, or a romantic dinner for two. We also offer a full-service bar so you can enjoy your favorite cocktail while watching the most amazing sunsets around. Whether it's lounging around the pool, fine dining with a Gulf view, or strolling along the private beach, Santa Rosa Golf and Beach Club is the perfect spot for a golf or family getaway. To find out more, call 850-267-1240. That's 850-267-1240. Or go to santarosaclub.com.
Welcome back to Good Morning 30A. We are here with John Morris from Chan's Wine World. And he's brought us some beautiful champagnes to taste, or some sparklings. I don't know what he's brought us. Something with bubbles in it. So
we know it's always good. That we know.
John, welcome back to. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you.
We love when you come.
Well,
brought a little holiday cheer with you.
Brought us some bubbles.
But you don't like me. You like my friends.
No, we
like you.
We like you.
Okay.
We like you. You could come empty-handed. We'd still.
Right.
You explain to us why we like your friends. That's a good thing.
Well, what's not to like?
Exactly.
What's not to like?
Where are we going to start?
Today we're going to talk about champagne and sparkling wines. And the key differential is that champagne is champagne only if it comes from the Champagne district in France. It's a geographical area. Every place else, it's simply a sparkling wine or bubbly. There are a couple of other names for sparkling wines associated with particular wine-producing countries. Cava in Spain, Prosecco from Italy, Sekt from Germany. So those are three.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
S-E-K-T.
I didn't know that one.
All made pretty much in the same style.
Okay.
Champagne, the traditional method, or where you have the fermentation, secondary fermentation in the bottle. So what I thought we'd do is, while we talk, why don't we just have a little taste of something here?
Oh, that's a great idea.
And the first wine we're going to try is a sparkling wine from France, not from the Champagne district, called Jean-Louis. And Jean-Louis sources his fruit from many different places in France. This fruit comes primarily from the Loire River Valley and is mostly a Chenin Blanc, is the grape. And this is a very good example of a well-priced, fun wine that is readily available and is great for holiday season. This bottle of wine, average retail, is $10.
Oh, so great if you're going to have a party and you need a lot of...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the sparkling wine that you want to serve if you're going to serve a lot of people at a wedding, so forth. It's also perfect for making the Bellini cocktail, the famous cocktail.
Is it a little bit, will we find that it's a little bit sweeter because it's a Chenin Blanc grape? Or?
This is going to be just a little bit fruitier. It's not going to be real sweet, but it's going to be a little bit fruitier. What you should get on the nose, you tend to get a little bit of apples, apricots, and a little bit of a honeyed-like characteristic. But this is a Brut, B-R-U-T.
Right?
And
Okay, now there's been some discrepancy about the pronunciation of that word lately.
Right.
We were at a wine tasting at a place just recently, and the new distributors kept calling it a Brut.
Right.
Now, I have been in the restaurant business for about 30 years, and we never called it a Brut. We've always called it a Brut. Now, is that a newfangled thing, or have we just been pronouncing it incorrectly all these years?
Because it's too late to stop.
I'm never going to call it a Brut. It'll never come out of my mouth that way.
Well, is it tomato or is it tomato?
There you go.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
If you ask my husband, it's tomato.
I'd say the most common pronunciation is Brut.
Okay.
By far. You do find some people in the wine business.
Is it different countries that use it different? No. It's just a matter of...
But the significance, and that's just talking about Brut or Brut for a second, there's different styles of wine, and Brut is the driest. There's one that's made in very small quantities called Ultra Brut. You see very little of it on the market.
Who makes that?
But Brut there's a number of producers that make it.
There's a few.
It's just a style.
Okay.
And that's the amount of sugar left in the wine after fermentation. So it's so dry it almost takes your breath away. Brut is by far the most common on the market today. Brut actually goes back to, that was a derogatory term used toward the British because it meant brutal or unrefined.
Ooh.
And they referred to the British as brutal and unrefined for many reasons, one of which they associated with the champagnes because the British like that real dry characteristic in wine. So the next step below this less dry...
But it seems like they knew what they were talking about then.
Well, the Brits tend to know their wines. They do. The next step below that is what they call extra dry. And that confuses a lot of people because you would think that extra dry would be real dry.
Right.
It's the reverse. It's actually a little less dry. And then you get down into the demi-sec and so forth. So this is a Brut, fresh, crisp, clean, great for Bellinis, great for mimosas,
or
etc.
Anything you're
and a great value at $10. Very difficult to beat.
You know, it does have a little apple taste to it too.
It should.
Granny Smith is what I get. It's yummy. All right, well, we're going to go on to the next one in just a moment, and in the meantime, we're going to take a quick little break. Are we? Okay, I thought we were. As I said before, we are broadcasting today from the Henderson Park Inn here in Destin, and we'll be back in just a minute.
I'm Laurie Hood, founder of Aliqua Animal Refuge in Freeport. The refuge is a sanctuary for abused and unwanted animals of all sorts, but mostly dogs and cats. Our goal is to provide a no-kill environment for Walton County's unwanted pets. But we have reached a crossroads in our efforts. Our facility is full. As of right now, we can no longer accept additional animals, and that breaks my heart. For it's most likely that animals that don't come to Aliqua will be euthanized, killed. I need your help. We have hundreds of wonderful, loving dogs and cats in need of a good, permanent, or foster home. For every animal that's adopted from Aliqua, there is space for another. Another life is saved. Please look inside your hearts. Contact your friends and neighbors and family and help find homes for these needy animals. Dogs and cats that will provide wonderful companionship for you and your family for their entire lifetime. It's an unforgettable moment of joy when you bring a companion animal into your life. Experience the love and save a life. If you can help, contact us here at Aliqua Animal Refuge at 850-880-6399 or log on to our website at www.aarflorida.com.
Hi everyone and welcome back. We are about to taste our second sparkling wine with John Morris from Chan's Wine World. He's brought some holiday cheer for us to enjoy today.
Yes, indeed.
So tell us what is up next.
We're going to do a comparison. We won't do them side by side, but we'll do one after the other.
Okay.
We're going to try a French champagne by the Roederer family and an American sparkling wine also by the same family, Roederer. So we can compare the French style versus the California
They're smart.
style.
They've got everything
Now,
covered.
besides the fact that they're grown in obviously 2 different countries or regions, are the grapes that they use from the original vineyard in France?
No, but the type of grape are the same.
Okay.
In true champagne and your prototypical Méthode Champenoise or traditionally made champagne-style wine in other countries, you use 3 grapes.
Okay.
2 are red. Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier,
I knew that one.
and 1 is Chardonnay.
Okay.
So, which is a good point, so that there's a further breakdown in champagnes and sparkling wines called Blanc de Blanc and Blanc de Noir. When you see that on the label, Blanc de Blanc means white of whites, so that's 100% Chardonnay.
Okay.
If it's Blanc de Noir,
got
it's
some of the
Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier.
So now, let me ask a question that has nothing to do with these 3, but so when you see a rosé champagne, like I mentioned earlier, the Schramsberg or the Cristal, Cristal makes a rosé, and they're usually brutes. What is the combination of grapes on that, and how does it get its color?
It gets its color from the skin. Matter of fact, in champagnes with that blend of the Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, the skins are separated from the juice very, very quickly, so that you get sometimes just a very, very slight, almost salmon hue that is even further lessened when it's blended with the Chardonnay. So it's skin contact that gives the color. So skin contact also does another thing with rosé. If you've ever noticed, rosés tend to be a little more full-bodied, have a little more flavor, a little more texture.
Which is why I usually prefer them. So.
Extended skin contact. It increases the flavor and aromatics in the wine. So a rosé happens to be a personal favorite of mine. So let's try a little French from Roederer. Roederer is also the family that made the wine for a Russian Tsar called Cristal. So this is the family that to this day still makes Cristal. Yes, indeed.
Almost like she knew what she was talking about.
When you drink this,
it's the champagne I can't afford.
You'll notice that on the nose there's a little more yeasty, toasty-like characteristics. That's very common with champagne.
And so yummy.
Oh wow.
We hate this.
Oh wow. This is
you guys
good.
won't like any of this, trust me.
So, when Dom Perignon, who was actually trying to make a still white wine, in the bottle, what happened was re-fermentation happened in the bottle of still wine he was trying to make, and it caused the sparkle in the bottle.
The bubbles.
The bubbles, exactly. And it was a common problem back in France in those time frames. And he tasted it, and he was blind. And he said, "Come quickly, I am tasting the stars." So we're tasting the stars.
That makes it even more romantic. And this is obviously one that would be better just to drink, not to...
This is great.
This is just to drink. Obviously, if you want to add, everybody has their own taste on what you enjoy, but this is a great one.
This is a great one to just sip. Very high quality. But Julie, something I'd like to demystify.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
Champagne.
To the principal's office for you.
Champagne is actually a very good food wine.
And we just did a champagne dinner the other night. That was fabulous.
High acidity, and it's a very usually associate champagne with what? Celebration.
Right.
And unfortunately, that's how people commonly think of it. But it's much more than celebratory. It's really a great food wine, and it's really great with some of the local cuisine around here. I know we have a lot of people like sushi. This is the absolute perfect wine style, champagne in particular, to go with sushi.
Well, and when I say by itself, I mean also not with orange juice or in a Bellini. Much better to just enjoy it with your food or with whatever than to...
That would be almost sacrilegious.
That's what I was going to think.
And so that we can compare, what is a price point on that?
This is
what would be
$40.
the average price? About $40.
This is $40 to $50.
That's awesome.
This one right now is $39.99.
On sale at Chan's.
On sale at Chan's. No, this is our regular price. That's our regular price. That's our regular price. Our regular pricing is real good.
But that is a great point, because I think a lot of people always think of champagne as just a celebration party and not actually sitting down with the meal and enjoying it. But the other night when we had it, it was every course was paired phenomenally, and it was one of them was tuna that was fantastic.
It really
absolutely
fantastic. Taste the difference
with it without
with the different champagnes or different sparkling wines, because they were sparklings and champagnes. But it was really fun. I think it cleanses your palate.
It's very palate cleansing.
And I think that's...
As a matter of fact, in Italy, when you go into a white tablecloth restaurant in Venice, you sit down, and my wife and I were shocked one time. Next thing they're bringing out a bottle of sparkling wine. And I think you saw the look of shock on my face. She goes, no, complimento. They serve Prosecco as a palate cleanser before the meal. And they also use it in between courses, like sorbet.
Like sorbet would be
cleanse the palate. So that's exactly
Yet
what
one
they
more
use it
reason to
for.
go to Italy.
And in food, sometimes in food pairings you do like for like. This is often a good juxtaposition. This is really good with really rich, creamy foods, because it kind of cuts through it.
kind of cuts through it, right.
And a lot of people prefer this with lobster. So this is great with lobster.
Oh, geez, champagne and lobster. You didn't mention caviar.
A little bit.
That's the only thing you're missing.
No, caviar is actually, that is the number one. Either that or vodka with caviar.
Well, because caviar for me represents like the little bubbles of the champagne when you get the really fine, tiny... I'm just wandering off. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back and taste the third one.
We're going to cleanse our palate.
We'll cleanse our palate from the last one.
But we won't mix it.
No.
We're not going to mix it.
No, we're going to cleanse. Okay. We'll be back, y'all. Stick around.
Stick around.
Located in Destin, Henderson Park Inn is Florida's premier beachside bed and breakfast inn. Here you can enjoy the perfect blend of charm and grace wrapped by the secluded shores of the Emerald Coast. Henderson Park Inn is perfect for a romantic getaway. Nestled at the end of a quiet road on the eastern edge of the Henderson State Park, the inn promises a relaxing and refreshing vacation. Featuring Victorian-inspired furnishings, a large veranda, and private terraces overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. And you can enjoy a superior dining experience with Tim Crehan's Beach Walk Cafe or sunset at the Tiki Bar. For reservations, call 866-398-4432.
I guess that's going to be a sparkling wine. John does have a little bit more information about the champagne.
To talk about this particular wine, this one, those of you who pay attention to reviews and so forth, the Louis Roederer made Wine Spectator's Top 100 Wines in the World, rated 91 points, and honestly, for a champagne, price to quality value, that's an exceptional deal.
It's fantastic. It's delicious.
And something we were talking about before we took a break, we were talking about bubbles. And an interesting statistic, just take a guess on how many bubbles are in an average bottle, a 750 size bottle of champagne or sparkling wine.
It's going to be millions and millions.
I was going to say less than that. I was going to say like 700,000 or something.
Good guess. Your guess?
I'll say 1.2 million. I don't know.
You're closer. Between 44 and 55 million bubbles.
Wow.
So if you're ever bored someday, you want to spend some time, you can count the bubbles.
I don't know that
Can you tell us the other little fun...
By the time I get to the end, I don't think I'll still be counting.
Can you tell us the other little fun bar statistic? Because somebody didn't believe me last time. How many twists it takes?
That always holds true.
Well,
and how that came about, if you know.
You tell me. I don't know.
When you turn.
You don't know the cage?
No.
It's got 6 twists.
6.
It's a bet you can make with anybody and never lose.
But it's a bartender bet. Having been a bartender.
I actually learned that at Stromsburg. On their tour, they actually tell you that.
6. Yeah, it's 6 twists to get it
open. The fun thing about being in the wine business is you learn something every day.
Look at that.
You know, often
we taught him something.
Michelle is laughing at us behind the camera, but that's okay.
But the cage, and just digressing just for a second, I think something would be of interest to the viewing audience is that the proper way to open a bottle of champagne, we probably should have done this, the cork is encapsulated in foil and then in a cage.
Right.
And so remove the foil, but once the foil is removed, the best thing to do is to cover it certainly with your hand and a towel, and then open the cage, your 6 twists.
Right.
And then don't lift your hand off. Actually, the best thing to do is to keep your hand on it, because the pressure in this is so high, it's kind of dangerous. In the military, we used to say keep the weapon up and down range. We're going to keep it up and down range, and then what you do is, with your hand never losing contact with the cage, still on it, and a towel, you twist the cork in one direction and the bottle in the other.
Opposite.
And the last thing you want to do is get a very loud pop, because then you're going to end up...
Then you only have 64 million zillion bubbles.
Yeah, you lose some of those. Yeah, exactly. We want to retain all those bubbles. So that's what you want to do. And actually, they can be dangerous. The average pressure, and that's right, in a tire, automobile tire, is 30 pounds per square inch.
Right.
One more statistic, in a champagne bottle.
Fun statistics.
How many pounds per square inch?
And how many did you say in a tire?
90. Excuse me, I just gave it away.
I guess 90.
Oh my! You guessed right. Wow, you are good. You caused it to just jump right.
It just jumped right at you.
We'd say the bubbles were going to your head, but we can't even say that.
No, I was
can't even say that.
So you got to be really careful, because they can be dangerous, and the average speed at which it would travel is about 350 miles an hour.
It's incredible.
Now, every once in a while you come across a bottle, and I know this has been true with some less expensive, well, not less expensive than that, but sometimes you cannot get the cork out.
That is.
No matter what you try.
Pliers.
Is there a trick? And is it because it's been stored improperly? What causes that to happen? That you cannot get the cork out?
What causes it is, if you notice the shape of a champagne cork, it expands inside.
Right.
For that very tight seal, and sometimes it just to get over expansion. And it's usually a problem more associated with the cork than anything else. And less expensive. And you really get it, where you really get it is with the artificial.
The plastic.
Sometimes the plastic are really difficult to get out.
I've seen artificial corks in lots of wines, but I have never seen an artificial cork in champagne. I've seen the screw-all caps.
Well, and now, actually, what you're starting to see...
And I've never seen one of those in champagne. I meant in something with bubbles.
You're getting like in a beer bottle. So you open them with...
Oh, really? I've not seen that yet.
I haven't seen that. I've seen the ones that have like a little fake cork that you can screw and unscrew.
Right.
But I haven't seen the bottle cap top.
So now we're going to go to
grand finale.
We're going to go to Napa Valley for the Roederer. Actually, not Napa. This is Anderson Valley, which is in Mendocino County, real far north. The wines that are the base wines for sparkling wines tend to come from really cool climates. As a matter of fact, it's amazing what the price of champagne has gone to, because those grapes do not reach ripeness to make any other style of wine except for champagne.
Wow.
So this is a California style. We served this last. This is a $20 bottle. 91 points Wine Spectator, 92 points Wine Enthusiast or Wine and Spirits Magazine. Great price to quality ratio. Not top 100, but very good wine.
Since the other one had.
You know.
Very yummy though.
This one does not smell as yeasty.
No,
yeah,
you don't.
It has
Typically, the French had a little
like
more
lemon or
that almost like the yeast that you get and associate with bread. And in this, the finish, you would get kind of like a creamy or buttery pastry. This one's a little more ripe, a little more vanilla, a little more hazelnut, toasty characteristics. Yeah, this is a great bottle of wine.
Yeah, still very good.
And so, if you have a party and you're going to splurge a little bit, but still don't want to break
go
the
crazy,
bank, this is a great choice at $20 price point. Again, Roederer family that made Cristal.
Right. Awesome.
Thanks for coming by again.
You're welcome.
As always, you're a fount of information and always a lot of fun.
Well, thank you.
So, thank you so much for joining us today.
Stop by to Chan's and stock up for the holidays. Get all your bubbly and everything else you need.
They've got beautiful cheeses. They've got great wines. They've got all kinds of liquor, of course. We never make it to that department. We just right to the wines.
And friendly faces.
And friendly faces.
And we're going to get some help.
Thanks. Cheers.
Thanks for coming by again, John. Happy holidays to you.
Thanks for joining us here on Channel 8 for 38 Television. I'm Red Vizard.
And I'm Julie Brown, and we'll be right back with Ryan Olin from the Henderson Park Inn.
I forgot.
Stick around.
Located in Destin, Henderson Park Inn is Florida's premier beachside bed and breakfast inn. Here you can enjoy the perfect blend of charm and grace wrapped by the secluded shores of the Emerald Coast. Henderson Park Inn is perfect for a romantic getaway. Nestled at the end of a quiet road on the eastern edge of the Henderson State Park, the inn promises a relaxing and refreshing vacation. Featuring Victorian-inspired furnishings, a large veranda and private terraces overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. And you can enjoy a superior dining experience with Tim Crehan's Beach Walk Cafe or a sunset at the Tiki Bar. For reservations, call 866-398-4432. Sunshine Shuttle is a locally owned and operated car service located in Santa Rosa Beach, providing professional airport transportation, charter taxi, and limousines servicing Pensacola to Panama City Beach. Sunshine Shuttle gets you to and from local airports, and Sunshine Limousine takes care of your nights out and weddings. Book online at sunshineshuttle.com or call 850-650-6333.
Gift giving has never been so stress-free. This holiday season, give the gift of relaxation with a perfectly affordable gift card from Massage Envy. Our professional massage therapists can provide some peace and tranquility to family, friends, business associates, or anyone who could use a little relaxation. And Massage Envy is open weeknights and weekends, so your loved ones can enjoy a customized massage when it's most convenient for them.
If he can find the back of the net with this shot, the cup is there. What must be going through that young man's head, young man's head, young man's head? Will he be going home to a hero's welcome tonight?
And welcome back to Good Morning 30A. As we said earlier, we are here at the Henderson Park Inn filming today, and joining us is Ryan Olin to fill us in on all of the winter happenings that are going on.
And we do have quite a bit winter happenings happening.
Can only imagine, between Christmas, New Year's, and everything else.
Yes.
So start us off on, I guess, Christmas, correct?
What's going on? Well, Christmas is here, and every guest that stays at the inn gets to start out with our complimentary Christmas CD. That's for you. And
thank you.
A bottle of Chef's Grill Plus. You can go to chefsgrillplus.com. This is Tim Crehan's special sauce, fantastic sauce, and that goes
We'll put
to
it
you.
there. I'll take it with me, I promise.
Every guest gets that on top of all the abundance of amenities we have, from a full breakfast, omelet station, waffle station. We have a new ham carving station, all kinds of different stuff for breakfast. Best breakfast in town.
Now, is that every day?
Every single day it's complimentary to the guests.
Really?
Also, we have a picnic style lunch. The goal here is being romantic, privacy, privacy, privacy. So the lunch, they pick it up picnic style, they take it to the beach, to the deck, in our dining room, wherever they want to take the lunch.
Back to their beautiful presidential suite room.
Back to the beautiful presidential suite room while they're watching the gorgeous water out there. There's homemade cookies and lemonade during that time.
Awesome.
We got unlimited candy bars to drink. There's just a lot of stuff that's included to make it very private.
Some kind of happy hour you've got going?
We have a happy hour at night that's during sunset while you're watching the most gorgeous sunset here right next to the state park. You complimentary beer and wine during that time. When you check in your room, every single room gets a bottle of wine, grapes and flowers. When they check in, there's romantic music playing. You really can't go wrong if you need a getaway away from the kids, away from all the hoopla. You come here and it is extremely private and very relaxing.
And people should know that just because it's not 85 degrees out in the dead of summer, this is still a beautiful time to come. You still have beautiful water behind you. It's nice and peaceful. It really is just a great time to come and detox, completely relax.
It's perfect.
And when you're getting pampered like that, my goodness.
You get pampered like she mentioned, and then you look on the beach, there's nobody around. It's your own, it's like it's your backyard here. It really is.
Your private little Idaho, as it were.
So once we pass Christmas, what is your next event that is happening?
Well, with Christmas, Tim is actually doing a Christmas dinner, or actually a New Year's Eve, or a Christmas Eve dinner. It's a fantastic dinner. It really is. He does a Christmas Day brunch also. Those seats are filling up quickly. Also, in New Year's, he does 2 seatings. The first seating is more of a 4-course meal, and the later seating is a 5-course meal.
And does the later seating run into actual New Year's to where you ring in the New Year here, or do you guys kind of close down a little bit early? And
it probably will close down a little bit early, but there will be some neat festivities going on. We also moving through winter into spring, and of course we'll have the best Valentine's dinner in town. A great little package to come stay here for Valentine's. We also are running locals discounts right now. Our normal room rates are in the $169 to $369 right now. You can get any room as a local for $149 per night. That's any room here besides the presidential suite, but you can get a corner suite. It was featured in Southern Living magazine. Normally it's $369, $529 during the summer is $149 per night.
We stayed in that suite that we were here for our anniversary.
You did stay in that suite.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. We had a wonderful time. Now, one thing I just want you to go back for just a second. The dinner, the special Christmas brunch, Christmas Eve dinner, the New Year's Eve dinners, you don't actually have to stay here to come to those dinners. Is that correct?
You do not have to stay here to
just
come
so that
to
our
those
folks
dinners.
who are around know that.
Just want to stop by.
Because it could be confusing to them.
And I did forget to mention, but yeah, the only thing you do have to stay here for is breakfast and lunch, but those days, the special holidays, you do not have to stay here to receive.
You can make reservations. Now, who do we call to make reservations? Because I know it's not just the front desk.
You will actually call the restaurant. Their number is 850-650-7100.
And you get to talk to Tim's mom most of the time.
You get to talk to Tim's mom. You get to talk to whoever he has answering can help you out with everything.
Speaking of Tim's mom, oh wait a minute, that's not his mom. So New Year's, so we had special packages. Locals stay for $149 a night. And
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is going to be fantastic. And Tim will talk to you guys very shortly about the New Year's, the Christmas, and everything. Now, on top of the locals discount, we're running another locals discount for $195 per night. That includes any room here again and meals at the restaurant. Complimentary entrees for each person, a salad or appetizer for each person, and a shared dessert.
That's a great deal.
You can't beat that.
You can't, $200? That's awesome.
That's a great deal. Well, then I suggest people call quickly.
That is for 2 people. Or 1 if you want.
You're going to have to make another reservation, I can tell.
And as we said, obviously winters are not a bad time to come. There's more than enough to get you here, so make your reservations early. They're going to book up quick, especially Valentine's Day, I would think, is going to be a quickie with this romantic atmosphere.
And for you locals, you might think it's kind of funny to just go stay away in a hotel that's next door to your house, which is next door. You really do feel like you've gone away, you've gone somewhere else. When we came, we just really enjoyed being here, and we felt relaxed, and we felt comfortable, and we felt like we were away.
Yeah.
You know, it was awesome. You guys do a terrific job here.
Well, thank you.
All right, to make reservations for the hotel, for the inn itself,
you can go to www.hendersonparkinn.com to get information. Our reservation line is 866-398-4432. One last thing to mention, we do have a new event lawn going in across the street. It is a lawn that can handle up to 500 people. It is going to be one of the only places in Destin that you have a big, beautiful grassed area, sort of like a seaside type feel over there, that we'll be making it, sprucing up. It'll be a great thing, and we'll be rolling stuff out in the spring, new events there, certain
weddings,
all kinds of different
and
stuff.
I hear you know some singer who'd be willing to sing those events.
I do. She's sitting right on my left and your right.
I gotta get a
Not
blanket
me.
somewhere.
Well, thank you so much, Ryan, for
Not a
joining us
problem.
again. It's
I
always
appreciate you
always
having
great
me.
to see you, and it sounds like you have a lot of exciting things.
It's absolutely beautiful. You guys do a terrific job here. So
well, thank you.
We'll
very
see you
much.
soon. All right, you guys, stick around. We're going to talk to Tim Crehan, which is always a good time. You never know what's going to happen, so don't miss it. Stay with us.
Still on my too.
Hi, I'm Stephen Marlette with 38 Television. We're here at Cafe 38 today in Seagrove Beach. We're going to go inside and talk to some of the people and find out what this restaurant's all about. Harriet Cromlin, the owner of Cafe 38. What type of food is it that you that influences your restaurant here?
It is contemporary eclectic, is what we call it. and we emphasize seafood, meats, poultry. We have fantastic desserts, wood oven pizzas. There's something for everybody. You can spend a lot or you can spend a little. We have a wonderful wine list. We've won a Wine Spectator Award of Excellence for ever since 1996. Every year we've won that. We've been ever since 1997. We've been one of the Florida Trend top restaurants.
Tell me a little bit about your staff.
They are absolutely wonderful. Most of them have been here for the long run. I mean, some have been here since day one, since the day we opened. And I don't think there's anybody that works here now that hasn't been here less than 2 years. I mean, it's just amazing.
I'm here with David Kessler. He's our general manager here at Cafe 38. Tell us a little bit about this room and some other things that go on in the restaurant.
This is our fishbone room. Primarily use it in the busy season for extra dining for larger parties. Also throughout the year we host numerous rehearsal dinners, wedding receptions, birthday parties, company parties, even to people wanting the room to watch a football game.
This is one of my favorite parts of the Venny restaurant. Can you tell us a little bit about your wine list?
Yes, our wine list is primarily made up of wines from California, but we do also have influences around the world. Italy, Australia, France, to name a few.
Any awards?
We've been a Wine Spectator award winner every year since the restaurant has been open.
And how many bottles would you say you'd have, a variety?
The wine list itself has 180 different wines on the list at any given time. We also have a reserve wine list made up of about 40 to 50 different wines, and an extensive half-bottle wine list comprised of about another 50 wines.
Here with Chef Ken Duenas. Ken, tell us a little bit about, you're the backbone of this restaurant, so tell us a little bit about your kitchen.
Very good staff behind me. They actually keep everything in check, make a lot of things easier for us. Our produce, we try to get locally grown fresh produce around the area and support our local farmers. We try to get the freshest of products available, and that's what we're all about, consistency. Our clientele is the biggest part of what we do.
Hi, I'm here with a couple of locals that always come to Cafe 38. We're going to get a little response from them. Julie, what do you think of Cafe 38?
It doesn't matter how many people are here. When I walk in the door, it feels welcoming, and it feels as though I've just come home to a comfortable spot.
I have never been here in 10 years where the food wasn't completely consistent. Great. It's just wonderful.
One of the attributes of Cafe 38, it's always consistent.
Consistent, it's great, and we always run into somebody we know, and it's a wonderful place.
We would rather come here than any other place, to the bar, to the dining room. The food, the people, it's always top quality, and you can find a bargain if you're looking for it. So we think this is the place to be.
Your chance to win is waiting at mybeachfantasy.com. The grand prize is a house and a gift shop on Florida's Gulf Coast, as well as a Maserati. Second prize is $100,000, and the third place winner will receive $50,000. This beautiful, approximately 3,277 square foot home is located in Miramar Beach, just east of Destin in Walton County, Florida. It is built in a Key West style and has 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, and a 2-car garage. The open floor plan is ideal for family living and entertaining. Light-colored hardwood floors, lots of windows and French doors, and 10-foot ceilings add to the airy feel. The master suite is upstairs. It includes a spacious bedroom with French doors leading to a porch with a beautiful view of the bay. A bathroom with a jacuzzi tub and a large tiled shower with dual shower heads, and a generous closet that has custom cabinets and shelves. The 2005 Maserati Quattroporte is the ideal synthesis of luxury and sportiness. Your chance to win is waiting at mybeachfantasy.com. The trip from the home to the store, Molly Caroline's, is about 17 miles and takes around 30 minutes. Traffic is rarely an issue, and the views of the Gulf along scenic County Road 30A are like a string of postcard photos. Molly Caroline's is an upscale gift shop in Seaside, Florida. The shop carries Vietri Italian pottery, herons, hand-painted Hungarian porcelain, Crabtree and Evelyn, Jack Black, The Times, and Gund Toys, just to list a few. The store opened on June 29th, 2007. Your chance to win is waiting at mybeachfantasy.com.
This is Nathan Youngbeck with 30A Television. Today we are at Aesthetic Clinique, which is our friend Dr. Weiner's beautiful office down here in the Redfish Village. He's having his fall open house today, so stick around, we're going to check it out.
I'm a nutritionist that specializes in beauty, so optimal nutrition for skin health and beauty. I'm a key formulator with Glycidin Skin Nutrients. This is the very first health professional grade of natural health products to optimize skin health, hair, nails, and work along with medical aesthetic treatments. Our brand is offered here with Dr. Weiner at the Aesthetic Clinic in Santa Rosa Beach, and Dr. Weiner works with our products with his patients to offer a 360-degree approach with his treatments and programs. So by offering medical aesthetic procedures, topical creams, he now offers internal nutrients proven in research to support optimal skin health and beauty. I live in Northern Virginia and also have a house down here in Blue Mountain Beach. And I've had facial work done in Northern Virginia, and I came down here to Aesthetic Clinique, and I love it, and I think Dr. Werner is just the best. He does a wonderful job. He has a great staff, and I could highly recommend anything that he does. And I urge everyone to come to the open house, come visit this place. It's lovely. The staff is lovely and warm and friendly, and you'll leave looking beautiful. No one can believe that I'm in my 70s, but I am.
Hi, it's Dr. Steve Weiner from the Aesthetic Clinique, and today is our winter open house. We want to welcome all of you to come, if you didn't come today, to visit our beautiful location here at Redfish Village. We have 4 full-time estheticians, and we always have complimentary consultations.
Thank you for joining us, everyone, at Dr. Weiner's Fall Open House. We certainly hope that you'll make it to the next one, and feel free to stop by anytime. He gets free consultations, and will tell you a lot about fracture repair and laser treatments and the whole nine. So give him a shout. Come on by Redfish Village, right off the beautiful scenic 30A.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Good Morning 30A. I am sitting here with the infamous, he's not famous, he's notorious,
Notorious.
Tim Crehan. Tim, how are you today?
Well, look at this. How do you think I am?
Gonna
On the
count
couch? I'm doing great. Merry
Bring us back next time. Okay.
So tell us what you got. I mean, you obviously
Tell us
have
about
so
your-
much
yes.
going on.
Yes.
That you have to be so excited about.
Focus right now is on our event center and at the restaurant in Henderson Park. And the holidays are here. We love the holidays because we get to do a lot of fun stuff, and it's our family time. You know, in the restaurant business, you work the holidays.
Right.
So
yeah,
it's-
you are living in.
Yeah, that's how we celebrate. So Christmas Eve, we do an Italian classic, mostly seafood oriented. You know, wonderful seafood, classic
The
Italian
seven
dishes.
fishes kind of a thing?
Yeah, you know, it's the
I've been watching the Food Network. I can't tell. I can't help it.
Yeah, so we do, classic Italian preparations of great Gulf seafood. And that's from 6 to 9 on Christmas Eve. And then we are open. About 7 years ago, I realized that a lot of people come to Destin and don't want to cook at home. And so we said, let's open Christmas Day and see what happens. One of our busiest days of the year.
I believe that.
So it's crazy. So my staff, it's tough on the staff, but we make a deal with them. They work Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. They get one or the other. So Christmas Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
That's very nice.
So Christmas Day is 11 to 6, and it's brunch, lunch, and dinner. So you can pick from all those wonderful different menus.
But only from 11 to 6.
Yeah.
Not after.
It seems that people kind of stop the day around 5. So.
Yeah. It's got to be a fun time for you, too, like Christmas Eve, to do something different like that that's,
It is.
creative and something that's, a little bit
We
different
enjoy
than
it. It's a lot of fun for us. If you have to work, it might as well be
It
fun.
might as well be fun.
might as well make it a good
Absolutely.
And have this behind you.
Yeah, that never
Lovely.
hurts.
Yeah, that's
that never
terrible.
hurts. That
Terrible.
never hurts.
And then New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve,
big
you got
celebration.
2 seatings, 2 dinners.
2 seasons. It's our first New Year's Eve, and we're excited about it. You can't get a better, more gorgeous location than Henderson Park.
It's beautiful.
Really to do anything.
Yeah. So you can come in early and have a dinner at between 5:45 and 6, and you'll be done between 8 and 8:30. And then the kind of the New Year's celebration, and because the inn, we're not going to be having bands and all that crazy stuff, but it's going to be a nice New Year's celebration. That starts between 8 and 8:30 and goes to as late as you want to stay. As long as you don't make too much noise.
It doesn't have to be loud to be fun.
Right.
Got Napoleon in it.
Yeah, we're going to ball drop in the middle of the 40-seat restaurant.
It doesn't have to be crazy to be fun, that's for sure.
No, it's going to be a
It doesn't
nice,
have to.
refined New Year's.
And what kind of foods? What kind of? I hear 4 courses and 5 courses
Yes.
for the 2 different seatings.
It's an all-inclusive pricing, where in the first seating it's 4 courses, and in the second seating it's 5 courses. And kind of what Jason and I are doing for the menu is kind of the best of Beach Walk over the last 23 years.
Awesome.
Just the best dishes we've come up with, and some fun stuff
is
like
the venison
lobster and
gonna be
caviar.
included?
The venison will be there. The seared tuna will be there.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, the red snapper.
And
with
champagne?
crab meat. Champagne, of course. That's a staple. That's a staple.
Now I know you got something coming up for Valentine's Day, and you're not quite certain what it is, but there's going to be a stay and eat and
We're going to try to get through these holidays.
Kind of a nice romantic
I
package.
forgot something about what we're doing. We just thought of this the other day. We're doing cooking classes now over at the event center.
Oh, yay! Yay!
I did them for years and years at Kitchenique, and we're going to do that style class. Just take them up a little bit. And right now, if you need a last-minute gift, and I know there's some people online watching us right now, but we need more. I feel like a telethon. Get that number up.
Come on.
Get the number up. Come on.
So you can buy a gift certificate to one of the classes, and you can use it at any of my classes, either at Julie Smith's or at the event center. So that's a nice little last
And they are kind of scheduled, or do you schedule them around? If I say I call you and I've got a group of 8 people I want to bring,
right.
You'll schedule it around me, or?
We can go both ways, yes.
Okay.
We are going to have set classes like the first, third, and fourth Thursday of the month and the first Sunday of the month. But then if you wanted to do like a group of 12, we could do a class just for you.
Awesome.
So that'd be fun.
Okay, how do we get in touch with you for that?
850-650-7100 or www.beachwalkdestin.com.
W. Yeah. I told you he was always a fun time. Now, what is this?
This is Grill Plus. This is my patented sauce. It's an instant marinade, and it is just, there's ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard on every refrigerator door in America, and my goal is to get that next to them. Because you can't cook without Grill Plus. I can't.
It actually looks like, it makes your mouth water just to look at it. It looks like it's got a
nice,
it does.
It's a nice color.
And you have 5
and
flavors.
if you come and stay at the Henderson Park Inn as a guest, you get a bottle of that to take home with you, right? Along with their holiday CD. Woohoo!
There you go.
Did we get it all in?
Hang on, man. Hold it longer.
Hold it.
Well, Valentine's. We don't have anything set yet, but we're going to do something wonderful for Valentine's.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier, and I didn't mean to rush
that's
through
okay.
the holidays.
That's okay.
But you'll cook up something, and you're going to make some romantic food.
We're going to do, I'm sure Ryan will put a package together where you can come stay at the inn, and included in that will be a dinner. And also, you can come to a romantic cooking class at the event center.
Oh, no, that would be fun.
Now, see, that sounds like a perfect Valentine's Day, which would be on February 14th. 14th.
And your hubby's got to do, or your significant other has to do whatever you want, so drag him to a cooking
There's the one day that they
You
are
haven't
stuck.
met my significant other, I can tell. We do whatever he wants to do.
Well, that day you should be able to make the rules.
It all works. It's a Hallmark holiday, we know that. Anyway, all right, can I wrap it up now, boss? All right, Tim, you're always a good time.
Had a good time. Y'all had a
Thanks
great
for
Christmas.
coming by, Tim. You too.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Yeah, and
So
if we
good
don't
to see
in
you.
between, sounds like Valentine's Day might be a good hit.
Yeah, well, we'll be back on the couch for that.
Sure. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Where's that champagne?
Cheers, y'all.
I'm going to wrap it up one more time, even though we'll edit out the one from before. I want to thank all of our guests for coming
You're
today.
so silly.
We're here from Henderson Park Inn, and have
Thanks
a
for
very
having us,
happy
you guys.
holidays.
It was great again.
See you
Happy
on Channel
holidays.
8.
Mom, I'm glad you could join us for dinner. Hey, no texting at the dinner table.
Not texting, Dad. Just checking my account at Community Bank Destin.
You bank from your cell phone? I just been doing online banking.
You bank online, Mom?
That's not even the best part, Grandma. What about having no ATM fees anywhere?
So when can I open my account at Community Bank Destin?
As soon as you finish your vegetables.
Community Bank Destin, like no other bank you know.